Chapter 5. When Crony places her feet into the realm of nature, she immediately holds her breath. She's expecting something. She doesn't know what. It has her tense as a bowstring. Amelia inhales sharply, her grip on Crony's shoulders tightening as she takes in the wide expanse around them. Fauna's home is every tree, every plant, everything it can be. Different kinds of pine trees speckle throughout birch trees and thick towering elm. Willow trees drape themselves low to the ground, brushing along olive bushes. Flowers are freckled along the ground. Poppies brush Crony's ankles as she strides through nature's domain. "What is this place?" Amelia asks hoarsely. She was developing a worrying cough. Crony wasn't enjoying the snot either. "My home is the domain of time," Crony explains softly. She's wary of any movement. A breeze trickles through the greenery around her. She doesn't like how it feels like something is moving around them. This is the domain of nature. Just as I take care of time, there is another who takes care of nature. Amelia whips her head back and forth. "Where?" "Don't worry," Crony says tightly. "She knows we're here." The center of Fauna's domain is a great tree. Its branches reach high above, fading into the hazy blue sky and disappearing into clouds. Amelia makes a noise in her arms, her eyes growing wide as she tilts her head back to take in as much of it as she can. The vines from the tree hang off, draping low to the canopy. Crony can spot birds in large flocks circling the bow of it. "Oh my!" A voice lilts from around them. Crony stops abruptly, her heart jumping up to her throat. "Crony, is that you?" "Fauna," Crony greets. She keeps her voice as flat as possible. She would not belay how nervous she was about this. The trees around her shiver. From around the roots of a willow, a woman steps out. It's been so long, Crony realizes with a startling amount of clarity. She's forgotten the grace and gentleness with which Fauna walks. The twigs do not snap underneath her feet. The grass tremors and almost seems to bow to her as she walks over it. Her coat flows, and where it touches the ground, carnations bloom. Every step blooms flowers and ferns. The soft pinks and greens of her dress catch Crony's breath in her chest. Fauna smiles, her golden eyes curving upwards. "You've brought something." "Someone," Crony corrects. She glances at her charge. It's a little amusing to find Amelia's mouth hanging open, her eyes open with awe and fascination as Fauna approaches. The green hair and the horns sprouting from her head were eye-catching, but Fauna's beauty has always been something to marvel at. "Someone," Fauna agrees. Crony can't read the emotion in her smile. She remains guarded as Fauna gets within reaching distance. "It's been centuries, Crony. You don't visit unless you have to." Crony doesn't rise to the bait. "I'm busy." "Oh, all the time," Fauna says with amusement. Crony twitches at the pun. "I've missed you terribly." Crony doesn't say anything to that. Amelia pipes up, "Are you Mother Nature?" Fauna blinks. The silkiness of her voice dims to something stilted as she addresses the small human. "Yes, I am." "Oh!" Amelia breathes. She sniffles loudly before saying, "Did you grow all this? Is it real?" Crony grimaces. Maybe she should have left the kid back in her domain. Fauna tilts her head, her bangs falling to the side as she does. She doesn't seem annoyed, but Crony knows nature hides her barbs very keenly. It's all real, Fauna confirms, her lips curving upwards slightly. Are you real? A burst of energy hits Amelia. Crony watches her warily as the kid fishes out her watch and shows it to Fauna. Yeah, I'm a time traveler. I'm not as super cool as this. I can't grow plants. Well, I can. I like collecting moss and stuff, but I got told I can't have plants until I'm older because I'm not tall enough to reach some stuff and... Okay, Crony exhales loudly. Easy, killer. You're gonna lose your voice. Fauna is looking at Crony. There's something sparkling in her eyes, something absolutely giddy about it that makes Crony want to squirm. Oh, Fauna says softly. I see. Have you been staying with Crony? Not good. Fauna was aware of how little Crony liked to talk about herself and her work. Amelia was an open jar of secrets. Fauna looks delighted to indulge. Crony opens her mouth to interject when Amelia says, Yeah, I have my own room now. Fauna's mouth parts in surprise. She looks at Crony like she just picked up the juiciest gossip she's ever heard. Crony despairs. It's temporary, she bites out. She keeps a straight face even as Amelia whips her head to her, her eyes wide, her expression stricken. She ignores that as she says, Fauna, I came here for a reason. Always for business, Fauna hums. She's growing disinterested as she moves closer, seeking something else. It's a game of getting Crony to stay longer. The Time Warden tenses. She's well aware of this game. It's almost embarrassing how she uses Amelia as a shield. This is Amelia, Crony belts out. Her voice is an octave higher than it should be. I'm currently taking care of her. She's sick and she needs your help. Amelia says, Hi! Hello, Fauna returns. Her gaze slides from Crony to the child again. There's less stiffness there. Crony has seen that expression before. She's shown Mume her thorns more times than Crony can remember. Fauna never stays angry for long. Her expression softens, the bright gold of her eyes melting into honey. She holds out her hands for Amelia. Crony doesn't know why she hesitates. Some instinctive, terrified part of her holds Amelia a little tighter. She wishes she hadn't. Fauna is looking at her again, her gaze knowing. Bristling, Crony hands over the child. Hi, Amelia says again, looking shy as she ducks her head to hide behind her bangs. Fauna coos at this, reaching up to brush blonde hair behind her ear. Hello, Fauna returns with amusement. She's pressing her palm against Amelia's forehead and humming. Oh yes, that is a fever you have. Crony crosses her arms. Without something to occupy her hands, she felt exposed. She doesn't like the way Fauna glances at her, that smug, knowing glint in her eyes making the blood rush to Crony's head. Are you a doctor? Amelia croaks. Her voice was starting to suffer, but she wasn't losing that childlike wonder. It was winning over Fauna's heart. Nature was smiling, her fingers combing through blonde hair and smoothing out all the wild strands she can find. No, I'm not. I wouldn't know how to fix you if I didn't have the magic to do so, Fauna giggles. Tell me, what's your favorite fruit? I like lemons, Amelia chirps. What's your favorite fruit, Crony? Fauna is shooting her doe-like eyes. Amelia looks at her too. Crony scowls as the attention is fully on her. It makes her shoulders jump to her ears. It's apples, she says dryly. Fauna smiles coyly. Oh, I wonder why that is. She's moving away with Amelia in her arms. Crony follows behind her, wary to keep her distance, but hovering as close as she dares. She doesn't know why she feels the need to be close. She can't identify a lot of the emotions she's feeling right now. It's been a long time since she's been subjected to Fauna's sugary sweet words. They reach the roots of the great tree. Slivers of the vines coil onto the ground. It strains Crony's eyes to try and follow the vine up to the branches miles and miles above. She's more focused on the golden lights dangling from those vines. Fauna approaches one closest to the ground and plucks it with practiced grace. "Whoa!" Amelia awes. The shimmering apple floats in Fauna's palm. Crony huffs, because she knows at this point Fauna is just showing off. Nature twirls the apple in hand, letting every shiny surface of the fruit gleam before them. With a flick of her fingers, it's floating into Amelia's hands. Her eyes are wider than moons. "Whoa, what? Is this for me? Can I hold it?" "You can hold it," Fauna laughs quietly. "The next step would be to eat it." "Eat it?" Amelia yelps. "But it's so pretty. Can I keep it?" "Oh boy," Crony thinks dryly. Fauna is sitting down on the grass, humming happily as she sets the child in her lap. Amelia is glancing frantically from Mother Nature to the apple in her hands. The bewilderment written across her face is amusing. Fauna says, "You cannot keep it, unfortunately. Those are special apples. Once they leave my domain, they will turn to ash." "Oh," Amelia says, her voice small. "Is it really okay if I eat it? Can you grow more?" "I can grow as many as I please," Fauna giggles as she reaches down to tweak Amelia's nose. Crony softens at that. It's rare, extremely rare, Fauna finds humans she likes. The majority of the time they're children, of course, but even children will find nature's ire before long. To see Fauna free of barbs is a sight that makes her chest warm. Amelia takes a hesitant bite of the apple. She keeps glancing up at Fauna in askance, as if she's doing the right thing. Fauna looks like she might fall over herself from the cuteness of it. Amelia startles. "It's honey! No, it feels like caramel. Is it syrup? It's really sweet." "That's my secret," Fauna trills. "In the fall, I like to make special pies with those." Amelia gives one excited bounce, remembers her place, and tries to calm down. The whole process of this even has Crony looking away, exhaling quietly to calm down the rising fondness in her chest. "Maybe you'll get to try one," Fauna says. Crony winces, feeling the golden eyes drilling into the back of her head. "You'll visit, won't you?" "Can I?" Amelia gasps. It was impressive the vast change just a few bites of the apple were doing for her. Her energy was returning, and the raspiness in her voice was all but gone. "Crony, can I? Please?" "What is this?" Crony glances at them warily. Amelia, who is looking at her pleadingly, who looks like she's walking over glass. Fauna, who is watching her with those knowing, smug eyes. I'll never know a moment of peace. "Do what you want," Crony says crisply. "Finish that apple and focus on getting better first." Amelia happily obliges. Fauna pets her hand through her hair, her gaze still on Crony. She murmurs, "It's been so long, Crony. Why don't we catch up?" Crony grimaces. She opens her mouth to deny her, but Fauna turns her attention back to Amelia. She's hooking her finger underneath the child's chin to tilt her head up. Amelia blinks up at her. Fauna smiles. "Will you behave for me if the adults leave you for a moment?" Just stay here?" Amelia says. She looks excited. I can do that. No, you can't, Crony despairs. Fauna sets the child down on her grass. She stands up primly, a daintiness to her as she strides over to Crony. How effortless it is for her, Crony thinks, for her to rope her arm around Crony's and shepherd her away from her charge. The trees close around them. The breeze whispers in her ears, and it makes her shiver. Fauna leans her head against Crony's shoulder. I've missed you. I've been busy, Crony says, her voice weaker than she intended it to be. She knows she hasn't been busy at all. She bottles down the guilt threatening to turn her stomach. You're always busy, Fauna laments. There's no bite to her words. You'll be busy. I know that. It won't stop me from missing you. Crony sighs. The walk through the woods is peaceful. The birdsong around them and the rustle of leaves soothes a part of her she hadn't realized was gnarled and broken. She doesn't want to be emotional about seeing plants. Maybe it's Fauna, she realizes. Maybe she missed her too. How did you find her? Fauna asks quietly. Amelia? Crony exhales loudly. How does she even say this delicately? I made a mistake, and I'm paying for it. Of your own accord, it seems. Crony closes her eyes. Fauna, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, Crony, Fauna coos. She's stopping her stride to step in front of the Time Warden. Crony is afraid to open her eyes. She knows what she'll find. Honeygold eyes will tear open all her secrets with the amount of fondness Fauna held for her. Fauna cups her face and brings her down until Crony feels their foreheads touching. My Crony, you're a fragile heart. Stop that, Crony says stiffly. Fauna laughs softly. I can't help it. I'm proud of you. I always am. But you surprised me. Never had I thought you'd pick up an apprentice of sorts, much less a human child. I'm not doing a spectacular job, Crony admits. She dares to open her eyes. Fauna's expression is relaxed and happy, her thumbs brushing along Crony's cheeks like she's more precious than gold. Fauna whispers, I could help. Crony looks at her with disbelief. It makes Fauna laugh. I'm serious, I could. You don't like humans. I do not, Fauna confirms, mellowness washing over her. But this is your human, Crony. She must be something special. Special, Crony echoes. It trembles in her chest. It's threatening all the emotions she stuffed away. She exhales shakily. You'd really help me out? Of course. Fauna offers a mischievous smile. I'd get to spend more time with you as well. It's a win-win for me, I think. Crony gives her a flat look. Right. Fauna laughs and loops her arm with hers again. They finish their walk, returning to the roots of the trees. Crony sighs loudly when they find the spot Amelia should be in to be empty. Fauna doesn't look angry about this. She's looking at Crony with helpless amusement. Crony mutters, Still wanna help? You look like you've got your hands full, Fauna says. She nudges Crony playfully. I won't go back on my word just because she's a little adventurous. A little is an understatement. There's an excited yell from the trees. From the bushes, an excited blur of yellow darts back into the clearing. Amelia is, thankfully, empty-handed. Crony doesn't think they'd be able to leave this place alive if Amelia had gotten some bright idea to start ripping up flowers. Crony, Crony! Amelia shouts, her smile much too wide to be comforting. I found poison ivy! Crony pinches the bridge of her nose and sighs.